Some of World War II's darkest secrets lay buried for decades, hidden in crumbling ruins, forgotten tunnels, and whispered legends. From doomsday weapons to stolen treasures, the remnants of Nazi Germany's sinister ambitions still haunt us today. What emerged long after the war isn't just unsettling, it's a chilling testament to a regime's paranoia and desperation. Join us as we uncover 20 of the most ominous discoveries from this shadowy era, counting down to the grim heart of Hitler's final refuge. Deep in the dense forests of Gierwasch, Poland, the Wolf's Lair sprawls, an eerie relic of Adolf Hitler's First Eastern Front headquarters. Built in 1941, this sprawling complex of camouflaged bunkers and underground tunnels was more than a command center. It was a fortress of fear, designed for a paranoid leader who dreaded assassination. Massive concrete slabs now lie scattered across the site, blown apart by retreating German troops in 1945 to conceal its secrets. Anti-aircraft guns and explosive traps once guarded this labyrinth, but its most infamous moment came on July 20th, 1944. Colonel Klaus von Stauffenberg planted a briefcase bomb to kill Hitler. The blast ripped through a meeting room, yet Hitler survived, shaken but alive. Today the ruins whisper of terror and secrecy, a shattered monument to a regime's unraveling grip. Beneath Poland's Owl Mountains lies the Reese complex, a sprawling network of tunnels and chambers carved out between 1943 and 1945. Ordered by the SS, thousands of forced laborers toiled in brutal darkness to create this subterranean maze, over 13 kilometers of it planned. Was it a secure command center for Nazi elites, or a lab for advanced weapons? No one knows for sure. Heavy blast doors, rail lines, and ventilation shafts hint at a grand design, but the project was abandoned mid-construction as the Allies closed in. Today its unfinished corridors feel frozen in time, as if its creators vanished overnight, an unsettling riddle in stone. Rising like grim sentinels over Berlin's skyline, the flak towers were colossal bunkers built in the war's final years. Designed to shield civilians from Allied air raids, these reinforced concrete bastions bristled with anti-aircraft guns, radar, and searchlights. They doubled as vaults, safeguarding priceless artworks as Berlin braced for ruin. Despite relentless bombardment, their thick walls held firm. In 1945, Soviet forces found them transformed into desperate last stands for Nazi defenders. Some still stand today, weather-worn relics of a city reduced to ashes, their silent bulk a stark reminder of wartime resilience and ruin. As the Third Reich crumbled, Nazi officials scrambled to stash looted treasures. In Austria's Altusee salt mine, they hid thousands of stolen artworks, masterpieces like the Ghent altarpiece by Jan van Eyck and works by Vermeer and Michelangelo. Forced laborers built crates and protective walls in the cold, damp labyrinth, risking the fragile piece's survival. In a chilling twist, orders came to destroy the horde as defeat loomed, yet local miners sabotaged the plan with fake explosives. In 1945, the Allies' monuments men raced to recover the trove, launching one of history's greatest art rescues. The mine's depths preserved beauty amid horror. Few mysteries rival the fate of the Amber Room, a dazzling chamber of amber and gold, looted from the Soviet Union by Nazi forces in 1941. Last seen in Königsberg Castle, it vanished as the war ended. Was it hidden in a trap-rigged bunker? Sunk aboard a lost Baltic ship? Dark tales swirl around it, treasure hunters dying mysteriously, officials meeting bizarre ends, fueling whispers of a curse. Decades of searches through mines and ruins have yielded nothing. A replica shines today, but the original's fate remains one of World War II's most haunting unsolved enigmas. In 1944, German physicists raced to harness atomic power in Haigerloss, southwest Germany. Inside a brewery cellar carved into rock, Werner Heisenberg's team built a heavy water reactor, aiming for a chain reaction that could have birthed a Nazi nuclear bomb. Sabotage shipments from Norway stalled them, and by 1945, the Allies' Alsos mission uncovered an unfinished reactor, uranium cubes dangling in rods, tantalizingly close to success. Dismantled and shipped away, its remnants now sit in a museum cave, a stark relic of a terrifying possibility narrowly averted. In April 1945, U.S. troops entered Merkers, Germany, and stumbled into a salt mine hiding a staggering hoard. Gold bars, silver bullion, and bags of coins, much of the Reichsbank's wealth, lay piled alongside crates of stolen art and personal items from Holocaust victims. Wedding rings, gold teeth, a grim tally of plunder. General Dwight D. Eisenhower visited to witness the macabre find, later used as evidence against Nazi looters. The mine's depths exposed the regime's ruthless greed, each artifact a silent scream of suffering. In February 1945, German submarine U-864 set out with steel, aircraft parts, and mercury for Japan, vital cargo for Axis weapons tech. Off Norway, HMS Venturer sank it in a rare underwater duel, entombing its deadly load on the seabed. Decades later, the wreck was found leaking toxic mercury, an environmental nightmare. Norway now encases it in a protective shell, but its submerged menace lingers, a watery tomb of wartime ambition gone awry. For decades, southwest Poland buzzed with tales of a lost Nazi gold train, armored, laden with riches, hidden as the war collapsed. In 2015, treasure hunters claimed to find buried tracks near Wałbrzych, sparking scans and digs. Was it gold, jewels, or industrial loot meant to fund a dying regime? No train surfaced, and skeptics call it local legend. Yet the rumor, tied to the nearby Reese complex, endures, a tantalizing echo of chaos and desperation. What do you think, fact or fiction? Let us know below. Whispers of Die Glocke, the bell, haunt Nazi lore. Said to be a secret SS project near the Czech border, this alleged device promised anti-gravity or exotic tech to turn the war's tide. Rotating cylinders, strange metals, witness accounts vary, but hard evidence is nil. Historians scoff, suggesting it's a mashup of real experiments exaggerated into myth. Still, its ominous allure persists, a shadowy question mark in the Reich's final days. The Horton-Ho 229, a jet-powered flying wing, emerged from Nazi aviation labs in 1944. Its sleek radar-scattering design, built from plywood and composites, foreshadowed modern stealth bombers. Prototypes flew, but shortages halted production. Captured by U.S. forces in 1945, the unfinished V-3 now rests at the Smithsonian, a chilling glimpse of engineering that outpaced its time and a war it never fought. On Germany's northern coast, Peenemunde birthed the WWII flying bomb and WWII rocket, Werner von Braun's vengeance weapons aimed at shattering Allied morale. The foul one buzzed like a harbinger of doom. The WWII struck silently from above. A 1943 British raid slowed their terror, but captured tech later fueled the space race. Concrete ruins dot the site today, silent witnesses to a rocket age born in war. In 1940, Nazi forces seized the Channel Islands, the only British soil they held. Hitler turned Jersey, Guernsey, and Alderney into fortresses, with coastal guns, radar towers, and bunkers dug by forced laborers. Underground networks hid ammo and supplies for a siege that never came. Liberated in May 1945, these relics now stand as museums, their rocky tombs a testament to occupation's grip. In Frankfurt, the Nazis stripped Jewish families of wealth, jewelry, gold, even dental fillings, hoarding it in basements and vaults. As the Allies advanced, U.S. troops uncovered these caches in 1945, piles of wedding rings and personal effects, a grim ledger of theft. Efforts to return them faltered. Many owners were gone forever. The finds fueled restitution trials, exposing systematic plunder on an intimate scale. Perched atop Bavaria's Kahlstein Mountain, the Eagle's Nest was Hitler's lavish gift, a retreat reached by a tunnel and brass elevator. Built in 1938, it hosted Nazi elites amid stunning alpine views. In 1945, Allies expected a last stand here, but it fell quietly. Bombed villas nearby yielded looted goods and propaganda. Today, it's a tourist spot, its serene beauty clashing with its dark past. Late in the war, the Harz Mountains hid subterranean factories churning out arms. Forced laborers extended rail lines into tunnels, crafting tank parts and munitions beyond Allied bombs' reach. In April 1945, U.S. forces found abandoned workshops, half-built weapons and ammo strewn about. Unexploded ordnance lingers, a hazardous echo of a desperate war machine. Late in the war, Germany's Subterranean hills, coded projects spawned vast tunnel networks near Johannisthal. Dug by forced labor, these chambers might have been for missile labs or elite hideouts, but records are scarce. In 1945, U.S. and Soviet troops found unfinished corridors and scattered machinery, their purpose lost to time. Sealed or collapsed, they remain a cryptic footnote to Nazi ingenuity. Launched in 1942, Operation Bernhard forged millions in British pounds to destabilize the UK economy. Skilled prisoners in Sachsenhausen camp crafted near-perfect notes under SS watch. By 1945, the scheme flooded circulation. Then, SS hid the evidence in lakes and trucks. Recovered plates and diaries later revealed a cunning blend of craftsmanship and coercion. Near Nordhausen, the Dora Mittelbau camp forced prisoners to build WWII rockets in suffocating tunnels. Dust, fumes, and starvation claimed countless lives as production raced on. In April 1945, U.S. troops found half-assembled rockets, test stands, and mass graves, a brutal tableau of exploitation. Seized tech aided the Allies, but the site's scars endure as a memorial. Beneath Berlin's ruins lies the Führer bunker, Hitler's last refuge. Built by 1944, this concrete warren housed his inner circle as Soviet shells pounded above in 1945. Maps tracked phantom divisions. Despair reigned. On April 30th, Hitler and Eva Braun ended their lives here, others following suit amid burning files. Soviets found it empty. Today, a plaque marks the spot under modern streets. It's the grim capstone to a regime's collapse. These 20 finds, from lost treasures to shattered strongholds, paint a portrait of Nazi Germany's ambition, paranoia, and ruin. They linger as warnings etched in stone, steel, and shadow. Which shocked you most? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe for more journeys into history's darkest corners.